Good day, everyone. Now we are going to talk about rectangular coordinate system and its uses. On this video, I'll teach you how to locate and how to point the in rectangular coordinate system. We have a pre-activity here. First, what can we see in the picture? Correct. We can see a graph and also a Cartesian plane. What do you observe? As you can see, there's a red dot, blue dot, violet dot, and green dot. In that case, in the further discussion, I will teach you what's the purpose of that one. Third question is what is the unique characteristic of the picture? As you can see, it was divided into four. And I will tell you what is that all about. Now, let's go to our topic. What is rectangular coordinate system? Based on the study, rectangular coordinate systems, also known as Cartesian coordinate system, named after René Descartes, who popularized its use in analytic geometry, and it's based on a grid, and every point in the plane can be identified by unique x and y axes. As you can see in the pictures, we have quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. We have the origin and y-axis and the x-axis. The Cartesian plane is formed by using two real number lines intersecting at right angles. As you can see, we have two lines intersecting each other's, which is the y-axis and the x-axis. The horizontal real number line is called x-axis, and the vertical real number lines is called y-axis. The point of intersections of two axes is the origin. As you can see in the pictures, there is an intersections line, and that's what we call, okay, very good, it's the origin. The point of intersections of those two axes the origin. The two axes divided the plane into four regions called quadrants. As you can see the pictures, we have quadrant 1, 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. It starts from upper right of the plane going counterclockwise. Each point corresponds to an ordered paired called coordinates. Meaning to say, if we point out in Cartesian planes, we do have a coordinates. Here in quadrant 1, as you can see in the pictures, x is greater than 0 and y is also greater than 0. As you can see, they are both positive. In quadrant 2, x is less than 0 and y is greater than 0. Then, x is negative and y is positive. In quadrant 3, x is less than 0 and y is also less than 0, which is they are both negative. In quadrant 4, x is greater than 0 and y is less than 0. Then the x is positive and y is negative. To sum it all, in quadrant 1, both x and y are positive. In quadrant 2, x is negative, y is positive. In quadrant 3, both x and y are negative. In quadrant 4, x is positive and y is negative. We're going to do is to plot the points in the same coordinate plane. We have a point A, B, C, and D. In point A, we have 2 and 1, coordinate 2 and 1. As you can see, point 2 and 1 starts from the origin, move 2 unit to the right, and move 1 unit up. Point B, which is negative 2, and B, move 1 unit to the left and move 2 unit up. Point 3, which is negative 3 and negative 1, which is move 3 unit to the left and move 1 unit down. Point D, which is 1 and negative 3, move 1 unit to the right and move 2 unit down. As you can see, when the x-axis is positive, it goes right. When the x-axis goes negative, it goes left. In y-axis, if it is positive, it's up. And if it's negative, it's go downward. Now let's go for example number 2. As you can see at point A, we move 4 until to the right and move 2 unit up. We have x, which is 4, and y is 2, and the coordinate is 4, 2. As you can see in the pictures, there's a point A. there's an intersection between 4 and 2, which is the x-axis that can be located in the first quadrant. Now we have point P. We move 4 units up. Does it mean our x is 0 and y is 4? If the point is located only on the line itself, meaning to say if it is located in the y line, meaning to say the value of 0 is the value of x is 0, and this mean that our x is 0 and y is 4. The coordinate is 0 and 4. As you can see, the point is in y-axis, and that's the location of the point. At point C, we're going to move 2 units to the left and move 2 units up, and the coordinate is -2 and 2. At the location is in quadrant 2, meaning to say x is negative, y is positive, which is -2 and 2. At point D, we will move 4 units to the left, and that's all. Our x is -4 and y is 0. As what I have said earlier, if the point is located only on the line, which is as in example 4 or point D, the line is located along with the x-axis, means to say our y is equals to 0. At point E, we will move 2 units to the left and move 4 units down. The coordinate is -2 and -4, and they are both negative. The location is quadrant 3. Like what I've stated, if both coordinates is negative, meaning to say it is in quadrant 3, correct? Now at last, point F. At point F, move 3 units to the right and move 3 units down. The coordinate is 3 and -3, and the location is in quadrant 4. Why? Because in the given we have a positive x, which is move right, and we have y, which is -3, which is moved down. As we can see, the intersections happen in 3 and -3 that occurs in quadrant 4.
Let's try some example. Find the coordinates of the following points. For point M, the x-coordinate is -1 and the y-coordinate is +3. Next, point A has coordinates -1, -2. Next is point T. If you notice, the point is 2 units to the right of the origin and 4 units downward, so the coordinate of point T is +2 and -4. Then we have point H. Point H is 3 units to the right and 2 units upward from the origin, so the coordinate of point H is +3 and +2. Next is point S. What did you notice with this point? The x-coordinate is 0 since there are no movement to the left or to the right of the Cartesian plane, but we have to move the points 4 units upward. Therefore, point S has the coordinate with 0 and +4. Last is point Y. 5 units to the left of the origin and we didn't move up or downward, so point Y is -5 and 0. Now that we have finished the lesson, it's time to test your knowledge and see what you have learned. Make sure you have pen and paper with you. For number 1, the point 9, -1 is an example of A. Labels, B. Numbers, C. Fractions, D. Ordered pair. The answer is letter D, ordered pair. Number 2. Point -7 and -5 is located in which quadrant? A. Quadrant 1, B. Quadrant 2, C. Quadrant 3, and D. Quadrant 4. It is letter C, quadrant 3, because both coordinate is negative. What do you call the horizontal number line in the Cartesian plane? A. X-axis, B. Y-axis, C. Origin, and D. Quadrant. The answer is letter A, x-axis. Number 4. When plotting the point -8, +1, which describe the movement along the x-axis and y-axis in the correct order. A. 8 units right, then 1 unit up. B. 8 units down, then 1 unit left. And C. 8 units left, then 1 unit up. And D. 8 units up, then 1 unit right. The answer is letter C, 8 units left, then 1 unit up. 8 units left because it is negative, and 1 unit up because it's positive. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.